Okay, let's get into it. Just want to do a trade recap of the trade that I took today, which was a solid hit, right? A solid base hit on QQQ, right off our pre-market plan analysis. As I always say, plan your trade and trade your plan. Each day we come to the trading day, we have a plan and we do not deviate from that. So something that I noticed here, starting the day off, we were sitting in between the previous day high and the previous day low. So I was a little hesitant. The reason for that being is this is normal. When we're consolidating after having a very nice trendy day the day prior, that is 100% normal. Something else that I noticed is if you go out here on 1 hour, we are sitting now in a channel. So going into tomorrow, this will be a little different. If we open up in between 613.18 and 609.70, I'm pretty much hands off here on the cues. But today I was trading my plan. So let's go here on the 15 minute. You can see wicks do the damage, body tells the story. We ended up getting that pullback long off this 609.70. This level held beautifully. I took this on a 0 DTE, a base hit. As you know, I do not mess around with 0 DTEs. I treat those as scalps because you do not want to sit in a consolidation or get chopped around on a 0 DTE due to theta. Now, ideally, like I said, I was looking for this pullback long on this 607.15. That was really the better RR trade. Why? Because we pull back here, we didn't take out the all-time high. Still a lot of resting liquidity sitting up here, and then you can target the top of this range. This was the better RR trade. But today, right, we took what the market gave us. Let's go here on the intraday. Now, something that stood out to me that I noticed is when we started the market open on the SPY and the Qs, we were very heavy, right? We had a pretty much downside push right off the open into our key level. This candle caught my attention. That is a very big buyer candle. That is a hammer stick candle. That wick shows you price push down to our key level, 609.70 on the dot. But buyers bought this up very aggressively. I ended up taking this trade on the 650 candle and took this push into this high. Now, if you watch my live trading session, I tell people, especially new traders as well, if you're only going to trade to SPY in the Qs, that's fine, do so. I just recommend playing next day expiration because if you play the next day expiration, you can sit in these trades and let them play out. I'm comfortable playing 0 DTEs. I know how to manage them. I know how to trade them. Those are not contracts or trades that you overstay your welcome. For this exact reason, and the reason I say this is target here is obviously going to be high of day, the swing high. I entered this trade at 650. We didn't end up hitting that high of day until 8 o'clock. What does that mean? Like we're just sitting in a range where we're consolidating, right? We just zoomed out here on the 1 hour and we saw that. So when you're trading at 0 DTE, you can't afford this. You can't, right? You got theta, you got premiums, right? All those things are going to get crushed. Theta is going to come into play because, well, it's a 0 DTE. So that means you can't afford to sit in a range and sit in consolidation because even if this move starts to gravitate and goes in your favor, you're either still going to be red on those contracts or barely green, right? So really want to break that down right off our pre-market plan and pull back long. But the beauty of this is it's just our key level holding. Wicks do the damage, body tells the story. As we know, what are my favorite type of setups when we fell under a level and then we reclaim it because that fuels the momentum to the upside because traders are getting squeezed out of their positions. So you see, these are all liquidity grabs in my opinion. Never we had one candle close under this level. That is beautiful. That's exactly what you want to see. But today, really just a sideways type of day on the market. So let's zoom out here on the 1 hour. Once again, tomorrow going into on the Qs, we're in a channel. So this is going to be our no trade zone, but trade at the plan, right? Pull back long off to 609.70. Let's go here to trade Zella. Beautiful base hit. That if you've been with me for a while watching how I'm trading, I've been very conservative in these conditions and just taking base hits, right? Base hits add up. Don't underestimate the power of compound interest. So solid scalp, was only in this for barely a minute. 9%, 10% trade, $1,700 within a minute. Can't complain. Ended up gravitating toward that high of day, sold off. Then we pushed up into the previous day high, swept that liquidity, and then that's where we got that heavy sell off. So sitting in a range. And that was really the game plan, right? Not much going on. Apple opened up towards all-time highs. You could have took a trade as well on the SPY. Nothing really going on the tech name. So I'm just being very conservative right now. Hopefully we get some momentum when Tesla earnings pass tomorrow after market close. So I hope this helps, right? My analysis, my thesis, my entries, my exits, why I took the trade, what I saw as confirmation to take that trade, and why I got out as quick as I did. So enjoy the live trade at the end of this. It's a good setup, but we'll see. Right, market's heavy right now. I'm not going to chase a falling knife. AMD's kind of going. We need to see like a curl or something, right? Like a curl. This is just a falling knife. It's really trying to hold, but the SPY is just too heavy, in my opinion. Solid trade. It's a scalp. I don't really like that on the 0 DTE. But right, just really seeing me trust my level here, right? It's a 0 DTE. I don't like that. Um, let's see. We get $1,700 day, right? That's beautiful.